Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Alex. I'm one of the co-founders of OddsJam, and I thought it would be fun in this video to kind of run through, place some bets, and go over a little bit about how you can make money sports betting. So here we see there's an arbitrage opportunity between MGM and Fox Bet. I have my state set to New Jersey, so you can get a risk-free 3.47%. It takes money to make money, so if you can put $100 on MGM, you make $11 in profit. If you can put, $300, whatever your bankroll supports, you're making $33.33. Again, it's all about making $10, $15, $30, $50 on a daily basis, watching your returns compound and compound and compound. So we can kind of go down and see some interesting things. So here we see an arbitrage bet between the Athletics and the Yankees first half run line. Athletics minus 0.5 runs. So if the Athletics are up by 1 run, this will win, is plus 125 on MGM. So if I go to MGM, if I go to baseball really quick, again, I'm limited on MGM, so I won't be able to get much off, but we can go to Yankees, Athletics, click on this really quick, first 5 innings. Again, knowing how to navigate these books quickly, it really helps. And we can see the Athletics minus 0.5 run line is plus 125 odds. So I have my payout in decimal, but you can see $100, betting 100 yields a total payout of $225, $125 profit, $100 stake. So I can try to place that bet. And your bet is over the requested limit. So is it even going to let me bet it at all? There. Okay, so how much did it give me? It gave me 47.04. Okay. So what we can do is figure out our EV percentage there. I'm not going to arb it, and I'll explain why in a sec. This has 8.2% EV. That's pretty incredible. So A's first half run line minus 0.5 plus 125 MGM. Again, tracking your bets, really important. I got 47.04. The EV was 0.0802. Was that what it was? 0.082. So our expected profit is our EV percentage times the amount, so 3.86. So I just made 380 in expected profit. Not particularly great when you're limited. But if you wanted to arb it, I can show you how to do that. Maybe we will just place it as an arb. So if I go back to the arbitrage page, I'll show you how you can kind of lock in risk-free money. Again, it's not going to be fantastic because I'm limited, but I did 47.04 on MGM. Okay, so 47.04 is what I bet on MGM. So on DraftKings, I'd have to place 56.61. So if I go here, I go to innings. Again, knowing how to navigate these books really quickly, it helps if you're trying to make money. So we can see that Yankees plus 0.5 is minus 115. So what I could do if I wanted to is just arb this 56.61, and place that bet. And you can see it places. So now all I've locked in is an arb, right? Either the Yankees are going to cover this first half run line, the game's going to be tied, or the Yankees are going to be winning. Then my bet on DraftKings will win, my bet on MGM will lose. Or the Athletics will be up 1 run, my bet on MGM will have 1, my bet on DraftKings will lose. So one bet has to win, one bet has to lose no matter what. We moved quick, we were able to get our bet in before the line moved. But you can see that my total stake is only going to be $103.65, and my payout is going to be $105.84. So I just made $2 for free, right? $2 in a couple of minutes. Not particularly great, again, just because I'm limited by MGM, but just to kind of illustrate the point. Again, you could also just bet, this bet on MGM is just incredible. This plus 125 odds. Pinnacle Sportsbook is the sharpest bookmaker in the world. MGM is an arb to Pinnacle. So the way to think about that is, if there's an arbitrage bet, if there's a way to make risk-free money in any financial market, one sportsbook has to be wrong. Pinnacle Sportsbook is the sharpest book in the world. So what are the odds they're wrong, right? Not that high. So this plus 125, there's big value on it, which is essentially what we saw on the plus EV page. We can see that this now has 7.77% EV. So again, we locked it up as an arb. We just locked in the risk-free money. So if I want to track my bets, what I can do is just go here. You hit that little plus sign right here, and I can do 47.04. And then my bet on DraftKings was 56.61. And I'll remove this because we arbed it. So 56.61. 1 second. Here we go. 56.61. So I can track my bets here just so I have an accurate representation of my profit and loss. Obviously, if you want to be a data-driven sports bettor, you have to know your profit and loss at all times. So that's kind of cool. And then we can kind of go through and look for other good betting opportunities. So here's one, right? We see that UCLA Hawaii under 68.5 points. It's a direct arb to Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in the world. So if we want to click on that game, maybe we want to see where other markets are. So we can go to under 68.5. We see BetMGM's giving you minus 115. Bookmaker has it minus 121. DraftKings has it minus 145. Fox Bet, Pinnacle minus 145. So there's some pretty good value on this minus 115, right? It's a direct arb to Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world. So maybe that should be our second bet, under 68.5 points on BetMGM. Maybe we want to place that bet because there's some value there. So we can go back to the arbitrage page. Again, these markets are constantly moving. Like if we just look at DraftKings Sportsbook and you just go to their game lines, like look, you can see how many odds they have on their site at any given time. And then you just go to alternate run lines. It's a ton of data. You're not going to be able to really find good bets manually. These odds are always moving around and you have to move quick to get in on the really good betting opportunities. And that's regardless of what sportsbook you're using. That's why it's really helpful to have software, obviously like OddsJam, to kind of be able to show you the good betting opportunities. Like here we can see total runs. It's just a lot of data, end of story. So let's go back to OddsJam. Let's find another good bet because we still haven't even risked capital yet. We've only arbed for a couple dollars. But we can see just kind of going down the list these interesting arbitrage opportunities that we could place if you want to make some risk-free money. And then you can also see just some positive expected value bets. So here's another one. We see Orioles Rays over 4.5 first half runs is minus 121 on Unibet. Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, has it minus 143. It's a direct arb. One of these books has to be wrong. There can't exist in a financial market the ability to make risk-free money. So what we can do is see if it's still active. So this minus 121, so that's a pretty interesting one. So we can place that bet maybe because there's clearly some value in that minus 121 if we can get in quick enough and place our bet quick enough. So I'm in Unibet Sportsbook. I'll go to Sports. I'll go to MLB. I'll go to, where's the game? Orioles. And then innings. First 5 innings, over 4.5 runs, minus 121. I'm limited by Unibet, but we'll see how much money they give me. So I'm putting in over 4.5 runs. I'm trying to bet 500. Let's see if they take it. So it says place a pre-approved wager of 88.56. So I'll just send the entire wager for approval. $500 I'm trying to get on this minus 121. And if we go to the positive EV page, you can kind of check back and forth between the ARB page and the plus EV page to look for good betting opportunities. And I tried to find this bet. We can see this is 4.06% EV. So Rays, Orioles, over 4.5, first half, Unibet. The amount was 500. Our EV was 0.047. So our expected profit is just our EV, which comes from the no vig fair odds at Pinnacle times the amount we bet, which is 20.35 if they take the bet. I'm limited, so everything I try to bet over like $100 goes for approval. You can still see here it says awaiting approval, so it's a little frustrating. Let's see. It still says awaiting approval. So we can go back. We can check on it in a bit. So we can go back to the ARB page. We see this one's still up. So, that obviously wouldn't be a bad bet if I was able to put more on it. And we can kind of go through and look for maybe other good betting opportunities. So this one I bet earlier, Georgia plus 3.5 point spread on Unibet was minus 103 odds. And you can see that's a direct arb to bookmaker, and it looks pretty good to Pinnacle. Pinnacle has it minus 121, and Unibet is pretty good value, giving you minus 103 odds. So we can see somewhere in here, I placed that bet earlier. Yeah, Georgia plus 3.5, 120.01. And again, track your bets so you can check your closing line value. You can track your profit and loss, and after a sample of 500 or so bets, you should have a good indication of, whether you're making money or not. So we can see on this bet, they didn't give me the full 500 I asked for. They gave me 141.7, random number. So what I can do here is put in 141.7, and we see my expected profit is now 577. We locked up like 230 or whatever it was for that risk-free arb. So I'll just put in 230, and I'll make a note that this was an arb, from arb. So we can get a sense that right now I'm expecting about 807 in profit. 230 of that is risk-free. 577 is an expected profit just from getting a good line with a lot of value to Pinnacle Sportsbook, sharpest bookmaker in the world. And yeah, lines are always moving, right? Especially in college football, these lines are going to be constantly jumping around. New betting opportunities are going to pop up. So you're going to want to move quick to get in on them. So I'm not in Canada, unfortunately, but Betway has minus 111 here. We can see that's, incredible value. Pinnacle's giving you minus 144. And you can kind of just go down the list ultimately, look for good betting opportunities, whether it's home run bets, whatever it is, whether you're looking for arbitrage for this risk-free money, and you can find these good betting opportunities and place them. So now we see MGM, they have athletics plus 0.5. There's another bet that's good. So they have their athletics line just absolutely wrong for the first half. So we can see athletics plus 0.5 is minus 149 odds on MGM. That's a direct arb to Pinnacle, which has it minus 181, sharpest book in the world. So what we could do is go here. We can go to athletics plus 0.5. We can see that this is minus 140. So this is 149 odds. So you can see betting 149, potential payout roughly $249. This is decimal odds. So you can look up the decimal to American odds format. I'm not sure why my MGM came in decimal format, but that's where we are now. So I can try to bet this. And what we can see is they're not going to give me the full amount. They gave me this time 87.75. So we'll add this. Athletics plus 0.5 minus 149, I think it was. Minus 149. It let me bet 87.75. 87.75. And we can check my EV percentage from the positive EV page. So we go back here. Let it load. Athletics. Their athletics line will definitely end up moving because 3.87% EV. Okay. So 0.0387, and then we can get our profit margin is this times this. So we can see we're at 1146 in expected profit so far. So not particularly bad. And what most of our users do is they'll scan the ARB page for good opportunities. Like here we see a massive one. Hawaii plus 17.5 is plus 120 odds on Fox Bet. Pinnacle has it minus 114. We can just click on this game to kind of check out how crazy this opportunity is. Where is the plus 120? See, this is insane, right? Hawaii plus 17.5 is minus 110 on BetMGM, minus 105 on Bodog, minus 113 favored on Bookmaker, favored on Pinnacle, the two sharpest books in the world, and you can get plus 120 on Fox Bet. That is absolutely insane. It's minus 120 odds on DraftKings. So clearly some value there. And you can, it really sucks that I'm limited there, but like hard limited, can barely even bet $2. but it is what it is. Insane value, like minus 132 on Pinnacle, plus 105 on Fox Bet. But you can ultimately go through, you can see it's just taking up my whole screen now. Like the value is so clearly on this Hawaii line on Fox Bet. But you can kind of go down the list and look for other good betting opportunities. So we'll do that now. And it's just kind of scanning through, right? You're looking for the books that you have access to that you're betting on. So right now I have Unibet up, DraftKings up, Fanduel up, and MGM up. And just really finding good value spots and opportunities where you can make some money. Here's another one, over 56 runs, or over 56 points in the Georgia Tech versus Northern Illinois game. So it's a direct arb to Pinnacle, sharpest book in the world. So maybe we'll place that bet. Let's go to the positive EV page. You can always check your expected profit margin on a bet versus the two sharpest bookmakers in the world. So if we go to Georgia Tech, it's 5.35% EV. So that's pretty good. So MGM has a search function. So you can hit the search button and you can just say, okay, Georgia Tech. And then we want to click on this game. Got to move quick before the line moves. So Northern Illinois, all bets, spreads, main. Did I miss it? Over 56. It looks like I missed it. See, you can see you missed it because the total now is 58. So some other sharp bettor probably came in and hammered the over 56 minus 110, and they jumped it up. So you can hit refresh, and then all the new opportunities will populate. But of course you have to move quick. If you're taking 10 minutes to log into MGM, 10 minutes to log into DraftKings, I mean, you're never going to get a good bet in your life. So here's another interesting one. We have the strikeouts. We have Sandy Alcantara plus 110 on DraftKings on the under 5.5. Pinnacle has plus 115 on the over, and you can see FanDuel has under 6.5 minus 182. Maybe you think there's some value there. So this video is getting a little long, but you get the point. Like, you place your bets, you track your profit, you track your total expected profit versus your EV, or if it's an ARB, you know, this amount, like I'm literally making $2.30 risk free. You do that, you know, if we did this for an hour, just kind of scanning around the different opportunities, you could easily make, you know, even if all of your accounts are limited, you could easily make, you know, $30, $40, whatever it is, pretty easily, even if you're getting there pretty slow. But the point of this video was just to kind of display the product, finding good betting opportunities. So here we see another one, right? Like this Georgia plus 4 just keeps getting better, right? Bookmakers plus 114 on Clemson minus 4, and you can get Georgia plus 4 minus 110. There's obviously some value there. Yeah, so ultimately there's a ton of betting opportunities. We could talk about them all. Here's another interesting one. Athletics minus 1 is plus 140 on Twin Spires. That's a direct arb to Pinnacle. So we can kind of click on the game and you can see Athletics minus 1, right? On William Hill, they're only giving you plus 120. DraftKings plus 120. There's clearly some good value on this plus 140 Athletics minus 1. So maybe this will be the final bet we place. And we'll see how much Unibet ends up giving me. So you click on the game, you can move the run line around here, right? Like here you can see it's Athletics plus 1.5, move it around, Athletics minus 1, plus 140. You can try to bet $500 on it, see how much they give me. So place a pre-approved wager of 105 and send $395 for approval. That's fine. So we'll do that. Then we need to get our EV percentage. Go to the EV page really quick. Go to Athletics. I don't see the bet anymore. Did it move? So it looks like it gave me $105. Okay, cool. So it gave me $105. We can see if we can find it here. Did Pinnacle move? Sometimes if the line moves, you can still cash out a bet for a profit. So we can check where Pinnacle is now. And then you can kind of see your expected value. So if we just go here, we want to find the athletics game. So we can go to run line. No, Pinnacle's the same. So plus 140 minus 138. Okay, and I got $105 on Unibet. Okay, athletics minus 1 plus 140. Unibet. So if we go here, what was Pinnacle? Sorry, this is taking a sec. I'm just trying to find out the no vig odds. It looks like lines are moving around pretty fast. So plus 122 minus 138. So if I go to the no vig fair odds calculator, plus 122, we can see that this bet has a 43.72 chance of winning. So our EV on this would be 0.4372 times 1.4 minus 0.5628 times 100. And that means our EV percentage is this. So we'll do a video on calculating your EV percentage, but it's essentially just taking the no vig fair win probabilities, backing out your expected profit on a given bet. But for now, I think this is fine. So our expected profit is this times this, so $5. So we're sitting at $16.64. And I guess we can check real quick if there's any great arbitrage bets or anything whatsoever that can't be missed. And it's a lot of player props. So what you can do is you can hit on your settings if you don't want to see player props. A lot of people, they feel like they get limited a little quicker. Like we've talked about these sportsbook limits, and that if you're making money, you're going to get limited by these books. Typically making a lot of money betting player props is a way that people get limited. So some people just turn them off. We have a setting for that. So you can just turn that off if you'd like to. And yeah, you can kind of look for good betting opportunities. So we already bet this. We already bet this. We already bet this. Did we already bet this? No, we didn't already bet this. But it's not a direct arb to Pinnacle. Don't think there's anything that mind-blowing there. And you can just kind of go through, right? Like you can just kind of go through. Lines are always moving. Scan around. Look for good bets. They're not going to last forever. But if you're able to move quickly and you're able to get a few bets in every morning, every evening, you should be able to make, even if you're limited, right, $40-50 a day without too much trouble. You can kind of just scan through the plus EV page, the arbitrage page, look for good opportunities. New opportunities are always popping up. Other ones are always going away. So this is interesting. We see that, Unibet moved it now to plus 143 on this athletics minus 1. Man, I just got 140. Still pretty good odds though. Direct arb to Pinnacle, there's some clear value there. It looks like, this book is taking a fair amount of action on the athletics. So now they moved it down. So now it's plus 128. It looks like some sharp bettors came in and hammered the line. So we got plus 140. They just blasted it down all the way to plus 128. So clearly we were right. But ultimately, that's kind of how you use the product, right? You just hit this refresh button. You scan through the plus EV page. Look for good betting opportunities. Here we see Royals minus 1. There's some value there, 5.51. Maybe I'll place that bet in a bit. And you can just go through and find these good betting opportunities, the ones that you like, right? If you have any opinions about sports, if you're a handicapper, whatever it is, you can incorporate that. Here's another one. Angels, Padres, plus 105, direct arb to Pinnacle. Angels, Padres, over 5.5 first half runs. So maybe this will be the last bet we place. So I can log into DraftKings very, very briefly. And then place this bet, and then this will be the last bet we place. And again, try to track your bets. I'll go through afterwards and track all my bets because it's really the only way that, you'll know if you're a profitable bettor or not. So we can put on 550, whatever. Go to MLB, innings, first 5 innings. Knowing how to navigate quickly, again, is pretty important. over 5.5 runs, direct arb to Pinnacle, one of the sharpest bookmakers in the world. We can put 550 on it. It has to review it because I'm limited. So hopefully they take it. 550, Angels over 5.5 runs, plus 1.5, first five. First 5 innings, what was the EV percentage on that? Find the EV percentage, 0.343%, 0.0343. So our expected profit is this times this, $19. So we're sitting at $35.50 so far today, just during this video. And again, if you're not limited on these accounts, you can really have fun and find really good betting opportunities. And you will get limited eventually by certain bookmakers if you are beating them and you are making money from them. Oh, here's one final one we'll bet. Mariners versus Royals, minus 115 on MGM, first half total runs. So that's pretty great. So we can go to MLB and we can go to Angels. No. What was the game? Mariners, Royals. Okay. So we can go to Mariners, Royals, and we want to bet over 4 runs, minus 115. So first 5 innings, over 4 runs. You can see it's minus 115 odds. Bet 115. Your total payout would be $215. Your $115 stake plus $100 profit, minus 115 odds. We can place this bet. They're not going to give me the full amount, of course. They're giving me 67.58. So Mariners over 4, minus 115. First 5. They gave me how much? 67.58. So they gave me 67.58 in profit. And Mariners, Royals, first half total runs. Mariners, Royals, first half total runs. So that's 0.048 profit margin. So this times this. And what's interesting is you can also see the over 5 runs is a direct arb to Pinnacle. They're giving you plus 145. Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker in the world, only giving you plus 126 odds. Clear value on the plus 125 over 5 first half runs too. So if that's still available, we see it is plus 145 odds. We can try to place a bet on that. So let's just try this. We'll see how much they give me on this one. They gave me 40.55. Thank you, MGM. So 40.55, and this is over 5 plus 145. And the EV percentage on that was 0.0481. 0.0481. So then you see this times this is your expected profit, 195 in expected profit. We're sitting at $40 and we found some pretty good betting opportunities. So again, you can just kind of go through, hit refresh a lot. You never know when the best opportunities are going to occur. You never know how long they're going to last, right? These sites have millions of odds. They're constantly moving. Sports is a financial market. Odds are constantly ticking around. Here's one final one we'll bet. Okay. Orioles minus 0.5 first half run line plus 175 on MGM. It's just great EV. And it illustrates the point, right? Like you're getting plus 175. The sharpest bookmaker in the world is only giving you plus 148. Like clearly some value there. 7.708 EV. So 0.0708. Your expected profit is going to be this times this. So we'll see how much they give me on this one. So you can move pretty quickly. You can find Orioles. First 5 innings, mainline market. Orioles minus 0.5 plus 175 odds, betting 100, potential payout 275, that's plus 175 odds. And we can see how much they give me. So they give me 33.6. Okay, thanks MGM, 33.6. So O's minus 0.5, first 5 innings, run line. And again, even if you never pay for OddsJam, you can use the bet tracker. Right, you can see how good this value is here, plus 148. So you just need to click on any odd. That's one way you can add a bet to a bet tracker. So 33.6, it'll grade it automatically as a win or loss. It'll show you your closing line value. It's pretty amazing. or you can track a bet from the arbitrage page, right? Here we can see that bet. We got Orioles Rays minus 121 odds on Unibet. So where is that bet? We got over 4.5. We got 141 bucks on minus 121 odds, and it's already all the way up to minus 148 on Pinnacle. So pretty incredible value there. And just go through, look for new betting opportunities. They're always popping up. They're always going away. So it's pretty exciting. It's fun to do, at least for me. And that's kind of how you find good betting opportunities and how you make money sports betting, is you're constantly looking for new bets, on a daily basis. Like before, I was limited and I only had a few sportsbooks pulled up today. We still raking in 43.08 in expected profit. You could have done that, a lot more of that risk-free through the arbitrage as well, if you're still able to bet bigger on some of these sportsbook accounts and rake up, ultimately your total profit. Here's another one that's interesting. Diamondbacks plus 190 on William Hill. They're only plus 167 on Pinnacle. So another good possible betting opportunity. So that's it for this video. Just a quick betting video, placing some bets. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please subscribe, please like, and please share. Thanks so much.